we take a closer look. I'm off to St Oswald's graveyard. It's a place of pilgrimage, not only because it's Wordsworth's final resting place, but because of a tiny shop and bakery tucked away in the corner.
It's almost too good to be true that amongst all this chocolate box scenery, you can also find some of the best gingerbread in the world. And I'm not one to look a gift horse or a gingerbread man in the mouth.
The Grasmere Gingerbread Shop is the smallest of small businesses, but it has customers all over the world. They've been making gingerbread here the traditional way since the 1850s. And the current gingerbread lady is Joanne Wilson.
Oh, hello. Joanne. Hi, Rory.
Nice to meet you, Rory.
What a lovely little place.
Yeah, it's great.
So this is your shop. There's a lot of special memories for you.
It is, yeah. I mean, the shop itself was actually, the building was built in 1630, but I wasn't here then. It came the gingerbread shop in 1854, and it's been in my family near on 80 years now. I'm third generation.
And as a child, you used to come in here?
Yeah, behind the counter, stand on a little box
Really?
and serve all the Americans.
Do you get Americans coming to the Lake District?
Oh, yeah, they think this is the cutest little store.
Wow, it's been there that long, really?
It all started with a local lady called Sarah Nelson, who was rather good at baking cakes.
Sarah Nelson, she's a very, very special lady, and an extraordinary life she had, and she started all this.
She started this back in 1854, and she actually made her special gingerbread, and she used to have a little tree trunk outside with a tabletop, and she used to sell to the Victorian tourists the gingerbread and bottles of aerated water and little cakes called Helvellyn cakes.
Tell me a little bit about her life. She had an extraordinary life, didn't she?
She did.
Quite a hard life.
She did, and she was a Victorian working girl, so she went into service about the age of 13, but she worked her way up the sort of below stairs hierarchy, and then she became a cook, and eventually she was making cakes and pastries across the road at what was then the private house called Day Lodge.
And it's Sarah's original recipe that's still used today.
Would you like to try some?
This is a moment, do you know?
You know it's an aphrodisiac, don't you? Come on, Rory.
Don't tell me that on camera.
It's very different. Acting? It's very different. It's crispy, chewy, cross between a biscuit and a cake.
Like that.
Crumbly.
It's so different. Really different. That's almost like a sort of gingerbread sandwich. It's the best gingerbread I've ever tasted.
Very Moorish, isn't it?
Oh.
Want some more?
It is an aphrodisiac. Hang on. You just hand it away a second.
It was all in the name of scientific research, obviously, but for some reason, Joanne seemed to feel the need to keep me busy. So she put me to work in the bakery.
Oh, wow, right.
Here we are,
this is
look.
mission control. Should I put my hat on?
Yes, you need to put your hat on.
Hat on.
OK, so as you can see, it's very, very small back here.
Yeah.
And there's a mixing room in the back there.
So, can we go through there?
Oh, no, you can't go through there.
Why not?
That's where all the secrets are kept.
Oh, go on, you can tell me. Go on. OK, ginger. Bread.
Yeah.
Is that all I'm getting?
Yeah.
I tried.
She's clearly not fallen for my charms. Maybe a bit more gingerbread would help.
Right, are you ready to get on with some work?
OK, all right.
Right, don't burn yourself, OK?
It's a hard taskmaster.
Yeah, no, take it off like this.
Got it? Yeah, it's
Right,
all
now.
Right, now, I'm going to get
Place
this
it right in, and it's going to need some weight on it, so you might want to...
Oh, that's lovely. You can hear it sizzles.
Can you smell it?
I can. Oh, that's
Making your mouth water.
Absolutely, but
Press
not
harder,
overly.
press harder. Right, take it out. Pull. Oh, try and leave the gingerbread in. OK?
Stop it.
Pop it back up. Right, now that's going to go off to cool now.
Right,
Okay.
so that's my full day's work. Working 9 to 10. What?
Hang on.
Fat chance. There's a reason she's a good businesswoman. She knows how to delegate. Luckily, at least some of the people here know what they're doing. Sadly, I'm not one of them.
You have to have the tray off before the next one comes out.
Oh, stop! I'm not doing it fast. I've never done it before, but now it's not fast enough. OK.
Right, so try a bit out of this end.
OK.
A bit out this end.
OK.
Come down.
So those go up there.
No. Down here.
Oh, I see.
That's it. Right. And now you're going to take a middle piece to go on the top. So you've got a nice 6 now.
OK. So I've got a nice six-pack.
Yeah?
So
You
you'd
got a
never say that.
you got a nice six-pack.
Right.
How much gingerbread has she had?
Right, come on, the oven's about to...
Oh, right, okay, so we're gonna...
2 minutes till the oven.
This is like ready, steady, cook now.
Okay, right, holding it up. Right, hold on, I'm gonna go.
Here we go.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the
Oh,
new
no,
one.
those are the spare ones.
Yes, well, obviously you've not done it right, have you?
No, hang on, but they're the spare ones, but down the side.
Right, I think we need to get out of the way, Rory.
I'll do the next one.
Oh, he's on the next one.
Oh, yes, definitely better, even better.
God, he's enjoying himself too much here.
Go. Da, 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 da.
Come on, guys, let's go for coffee.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment. But the proof of the pudding is whether people will eat it.
Ah, now, here we go. Oh, we've got a queue. Look at this. Very good.
Do you like
Lovely.
to have some Grasmere
Do you like
gingerbread?
to- We're doing a special offer today. Buy one, get one. It's very, very good. Do you think it'll catch on?
I think so.
Do you like it?
It's very, very nice.
You haven't tried it yet, that bit.
Well, that bit. No.
Come on, you just easily please.
It seems like the recipe is still a winner. Just goes to show, some things never change. Even Sarah might have cracked a smile at that.
You know, I think Sarah Nelson would be delighted to think that 160 years on, her recipe is still selling like hotcakes. Well, hot gingerbread anyway. I can't give you an impression of Sarah Nelson, but I can give you my impression of her gingerbread. It's delicious.
And that's one view I'm sure Sarah Nelson would have liked.